All right, everybody. Now it's time for a question and answer session where we answer some of your questions. So, Brother Shabir, let's tackle some of these questions. Our first question, our viewer asks, is evolution compatible with Islam? So something we just talked about. I'm referring to a theistic evolution guided by God. Does Adam have to be referred as the first man? Because the Quran does not refer to him as the first man. So I guess the first question would be, is evolution compatible with Islam, briefly?
Yeah, I don't see that the two are incompatible. I see that evolution and creation could be two ways of describing the same thing. In scientific terms, it will be described as evolution. And in religious terms, it will be described as creation, but we'll be referring to the same thing. Science has helped us to fill out some of the details in that in terms of religion, we would just say God created something or God did something. And by saying God did something, one would get the impression that this has been done in a moment. But we know that most of what we say God has done has actually taken a long time, and there is usually a process behind it. For example, one says grace before one's meals. One is giving thanks to God for having provided the meal. But one is not denying that this meal has come to be put on the table through many processes, many long processes. And there are people involved in bringing the meal to the table. There's the farmer, and then there's the cook, and many other persons in between. So we're not denying all of that when we say grace before meals. We're just now putting it in religious terms and giving credit to God, who is the ultimate source of all things, and who has made it possible for all of the processes to work in a fine-tuned manner so that we have our meal on the table. So you can describe the process, or you can give thanks to God. They're two sides of the same thing. So you can describe the process by which life has evolved, or you can give thanks to God for having created us. They're really two sides of the same issue.
Okay. And I guess the second question then, is Adam considered to be the first man, or at least according to the Quran?
Well, it depends on what you mean by man. The Quran addresses us as the children of Adam. And the Quran speaks of Adam in a way that shows that he is distinctive from others before him, in that now God has spoken to him and God has given him a degree of responsibility which was not there before. But now we can use an analogy. Let's think of a child growing up. In Islamic terms, the child is not responsible for any of the religious obligations. And then comes a time when the child is responsible. Now, what's the difference between the day on which the child is responsible and the day before that? In terms of physical and mental development, there isn't such a huge leap. There is still a gradual change from the way the child was before to where the child is now. If we think now in terms of the development of the human race, we could have had a similar sort of gradual development, and then comes a time when God singles out Adam and makes him responsible, and then his progeny after him are responsible for having a close spiritual connection and attachment with God.
All right, Brother Shabir, our next question is peacock halal in Islam?
Yes, there are only 4 things which are mentioned in the Quran as being prohibited. Blood, the animals already found dead, the meat of swine, and that which has been offered to other than God in terms of religious devotion. So since peacock doesn't fall in any one of these categories, it is permissible. In general, domesticated birds are permissible.
Great, thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching today. Please visit our website, QuranSpeaks.com. Send us your comments, questions, and suggestions from everybody at Let the Quran Speak. We'll see you next time.